Hey singers! Welcome to singingtv.com. I'm your host Sara and together, you and I, we're making singing simple. So I wanted to talk today. I know I'm in a new room, it's a different background, all this kind of stuff. I realized that I'm just at home. I didn't want to be in front of the piano. I'm here. It's a new room. Cool. Get used to it. You can leave comments and tell me what you think. What I wanted to talk about today is basically why singers get a bad rap in terms of musicianship. What does that mean? You may have noticed that there are a lot of singer jokes, one of which, my favorite of which, is this one. So the band is taking a break from the gig, and all of a sudden the singer comes out the door, and the band leader, the MD, musical director, is outside talking to the band and saying, okay, you're going to start in B, and you're going to go into 3/4 for 5 measures, and then you're going to go into go to the dominant, go to the F sharp, but you're only going to stay there for 2 measures, and then you're going to go into F sharp minor, the parallel minor, and then you're going to go to D major. And once you're in D major, you're going to be there for 4 bars, and you're going to go into 4/4, and then a measure of 6/4 in the key of A, and then back into B in 3/4. And the singer, she's opening the door, and she looks out, and she goes, But why? This, that's crazy. I can't sing that. And the band leader goes, that's how you did it last night. So, what's the point of the joke? What's the point of my telling the joke? The point is that there's a lot of sort of discrepancy between the way singers understand music and the way instrumentalists understand music. Obviously, this is a generalization. It's not true, if you're an instrumentalist first and then you learn to sing, that's one thing. Or, if you're a singer and you go to a proper music school and you take theory classes and all that kind of stuff, that's another thing as well. But what I'm talking about is the generalization that we generally hear about singers. So here's the difference between singers and instrumentalists. The thing is, if you're an instrumentalist, you have generally either a key or a string or a fret telling you what note you're on. So let's examine this for a second. If you've got a keyboard, in a piano, you've got the notes, and that shows you exactly which note to play. If you've got a saxophone, you've also got your keys on your saxophone or your clarinet. If you've got a trumpet or a French horn, something, you have these valves that tell you the combination of which, along with your armature, will put you at a specific note in a specific range, pitch, that kind of thing. Also on string instruments, whether it's fretted or not, on guitar and electric bass, or upright bass, or violin, or viola, cello, all of those instruments, we have our fretboard and the strings have certain pitches, and then depending on where you press them on the fretboard or on the fingerboard, that will change your pitch. Now, the thing is, we don't have that with the voice, do we? No. In fact, we can't even see our instrument, which is, I'm trying to think, I think maybe it's the only instrument that we have that we can't see. Even drums and other percussive instruments have certain pitches that they're tuned to, whether they have skins or not, whether it's drum set or other kinds of things, bongos, congas, that kind of thing. So, okay, if we don't have that telling us where we are, how is it that we tell where we are when we're singing a pitch? Big question, right? Singing, unless you have perfect pitch, but singing is an intervallic instrument. What does that mean? If you've go back to episodes 14, 15, 16, I think they are. There are intervals, learning intervals. Episodes for that, and they're really good episodes because they help you along learning those intervals, figuring out what they sound like, and really getting your ear used to them. What does that mean, an intervallic instrument? Intervals are the space between one note and the other note. So what you're having to do as an intervallic instrument is first you have to, maybe either you see it on the paper or you hear it on a recording or something, you have to go, I have to sing that. So if the notes are da-da, you have to go da-da and translate into your brain before you can sing it out of your body. And the thing is that if you're reading that on a piece of paper, if you're looking at your musical notes, say that, maybe C to F, if I don't have perfect pitch, I don't know what that is, but C to F, say around something like that, and if you've got a C to F, you have to look at that C to F, you have to know C to F, that's an interval of a perfect fourth. Only then can you interpret and sing C to F. You can't actually do that just by looking C, F. Now, you can. The more learned you are, the more you'll look at that paper and the more automatic it will become. But really, the only way to do that at first is to think in terms of intervals. So whether you're thinking about your intervals as numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can do that. Or if you think about it in terms of solfege, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. When I think about numbers, I think 1, sharp 1, 2, sharp 2, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, sharp 5, 6, sharp 6, 7, 8. And then on the way down, I might think 8, 7, flat 7, 6, flat 6, 5, flat 5, 4, 3, flat 3, 2, flat 2, 1. In the same way, we can think in solfege. And solfege, if you think about movable do solfege, and we'll do other episodes about these kinds of things in the future, but movable do solfege, besides just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, has these in-betweeners going up. It's do, do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. On the way down, do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. And eventually you'll get really good at it. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. And that kind of thing. So, when we talk about intervals and we talk about ear training and you're like, ear training, it's so hard, that kind of thing, it may be difficult, but once you get it, it really, really makes singing music, learning music, getting into your music so much easier. And, tomorrow I had a friend, a colleague, call me and say he's putting on this show, and the show's at a playhouse in Hollywood, and do I have any time to come down and sort of act as a voice coach for the people in the musical, because they're great singers and they're having they sound wonderful and all that kind of stuff, but they were having a hard, difficult time finding the key that they were starting in terms of the music that was coming, that was starting them off. So I said, of course I'd do it. Now, I think the lesson of that story is, as a singer, if you are able to just take some time, even 5 minutes every day, 5-10 minutes, just to go online. There are a couple different websites. I'll try and link them below if I can. Yeah, I will do that. That will actually help you hear intervals, and then they'll help you hear chords, triads, then seventh chords, that kind of thing. You can actually practice online doing that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll do a live kind of test one day, but truth be told, what's really, really nice is going to be able to go online and it plays 2 notes for you, do-do-do, and you go, that sounds like a perfect fourth. And then you press perfect fourth and it tells you whether you're right or not. And if you're wrong, it'll tell you what the interval was so that you can practice that interval. So why don't I link those up below? And I just can't really say enough how important it can be to train your ears. When you're listening to stuff on the radio and you're trying to sing just like them, it's become so much more easy when you can actually not just say it sounds like this, but recognize, oh, that's the interval that they're singing, oh, that's the pitch that they're singing. So I hope my little joke at the beginning didn't scare you off. I hope you had fun with this episode, and I hope you'll continue your ear training education both outside of Singing TV Forum and with the Singing TV Forum. One more thing is that I've been getting a lot of comments and subscriptions and stuff at the YouTube video site, and while I appreciate those, and that's lovely, what I really want you to do is go to singingtv.com. That's all it is, singing, S-I-N-G-I-N-G, TV.com, and sign up for your email subscription. If you just go scroll down the page, you'll see a place where you can put in your email, and that will, anytime there's a new episode, it will let you know what it is, because sometimes we have episodes that are longer than the 10 minutes that YouTube allows, all sorts of other things. I'm getting into putting up videos on Vimeo. Soon we're going to have some very exciting interviews coming up, and those are going to be longer, and so I want you to make sure that you can access all of the content that we have here on Singing TV. Once again, I am Sara Lieb, your host. This is singingtv.com, and together you and I, we're making singing simple.